So this is lesson 3.9 elementary algebra, and this one is called applications. That's a fancy word for saying story problems. So what we're going to do here is down at the bottom of page 215, it gives you a phrase, blueprint for problem solving. And these problems are going to involve systems of equations, just like you did in the last couple lessons here. Alright, so let's just go ahead and look at example 1. And it's talking about numbers. And it says one number. And this is nice about this is we can call our numbers x and y. Because there's two numbers there. It says find the two numbers. We're going to call them x and y. Because we're doing systems of equations and elimination, we can do that. So one number is 2 more than 5 times another. So one number is 2 more than 5 times another. So let's call this one number. And let's call this our other number. Okay, so it says one number, x, is 5 times another number. So 5 times another number. Then they would be equal. Because if this one here is 5 times this one, then in order to make them equal, I have to make this one 5 times as big, so then they become equal. Okay, so that's where the 5 times is over here. X is 5 times as big as y, so in order to make it the same, I had to do that. So let's say that, for instance, let's say that one of you is 6 inches tall, and the other one is 30 inches tall. Okay, so you're like a giant. So there's one of you and there's the other one. Okay, make them 2 girls. And this girl is 30 inches tall. So this one is 5 times the size of this one. So in order to make that one the same height, we'd have to take 6 times 5. And then they'd both be 30 inches. So because this one's 5 times taller, in order to make them equal, I have to make this one 5 times taller. So that's what I did here. This one was 5 times as much, and 5 times as much as this one. So in order to make them equal, I had to multiply the smaller one times 5. Okay, let's get rid of my really rude drawing before somebody sees it. Alright, so there's one equation, x equals 5y, but it doesn't just say that. It says one number is 2 more than 5 times another. So this number here is not only 5 times bigger than this number, it's also 5 times bigger plus 2. So again, in order to make them equal, I have to add 2 over here. So not only did I multiply it by 5 to get it to be equal, I had to add 2 to that number as well. Alright, so that's all I have. The only other thing that it says is if we add the 2 numbers together, we get 20. So there are my 2 equations there. So I already said that x equals that. So now instead of using an x, I'm going to put 5y plus 2 in for my x, and then this y is this one here. So this one and this one is 6y plus 2 equals 20. Subtract 2, subtract 2. We have 6y equals 18. Divide by 6, divide by 6. Y equals 18 over 6, or free. Okay, and then the other number, I'm just going to take this 3 here and put it in here and find out what I have to add to 3 to get 20, and that other number is 17. Okay, so one of the numbers is 3 and one of the numbers is 17. And that's it for example 1. Okay, so example 2 is an interest problem. Mr. Hicks had $15,000 to invest. Okay, 15,000. He invested part at 6% and the rest at 7. So the part, we'll call X is the part, and we'll call Y is the rest. Okay, so the part is the first amount that he invested, and the Y is the second amount. So if we took the amount he invested, part of it, and then we took the rest of it, and we added them up, we'd get $15,000, right? We just took and invested part of the money and then the rest of the money. So there is our first equation. That one's not too bad. The other one is we're taking that part that he invested. So, for example, X, and he invested that part at 6%. Okay? And the rest he invested at 7%. So you have to take the amount times the percent in order to find out how much money he made off that, how much money he made off that. Because it says that if he earns $980 in interest, how much did he invest at each rate? So we're looking for X and Y there. Okay, so when we take the amount of money he invested times the interest, we take this amount of money he invested times the interest and we add them up, we get the total amount of interest that he made off of that. Alright, so you can't do anything with percentages, so remember you have to change these to a decimal first before you can do anything with it. So there's one equation, and there is the other equation. So we're going to take this top one, set it equal to X. Okay, and then whenever we see an X down here, we're going to put 15,000 minus Y in its place. Okay, whoops, got rid of too much. Let's go ahead and solve this then. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to take this equation and save it and get rid of the rest of it so we have some room to do this problem. Alright, so we are going to put this here, 15,000 minus Y, in for this X right here, since it says X equals that. So we're going to put that right there. So it's going to be 0.06 times 15,000 minus Y that we put in for X. We didn't do anything with the 0.07Y, didn't do anything with the 980, so we'll leave those there.